Hey guys, I hope this works all right. I'm live right now, so because of the error with the Android phones, I have to have the phones be up and down like this. So one of the few areas where iPhone is doing something better than Android. Anyway, sorry all the videos are getting uploaded in the wrong order. Um, my YouTube app was kind of giving me a hard time. So I tried to do the uploads, and then it said upload failed. And I was like, on a computer, you could say try again. Didn't let me do that here. Let me walk over here, so I'm a little out of people's way. The thing about ancient man. Um, so towards the there's some exhibits over here that started talking more about the evidence for the flood itself. Most of what the Ark Encounter covers is kind of what would the Ark have been like, what would if you have an Ark, um, how would you fit the animals on board, how you take care of the animals, stuff like that. So it's a lot of saying, hey, um, it's kind of like what I did with my how did Noah fit all the animals on the Ark video. And I'm sure many of you have seen that. If not, definitely go watch it. So they're going. I'm actually quite surprised and flattered because it seems like they're going the same route that I did, and it shows that great minds sometimes think alike. Great minds can also think different, and it's good to be different. But in this case, it's like we have the people who know this really, really well, who are doing a really amazing job with this, and they are taking this at a similar angle from how I took it. So everything everything here is quite amazing. I apologize I won't be able to film a lot more after this. I'll try to do a few live videos. Like I said, all the videos, they're going to come up. They might be a little out of order, so I apologize for that. I'll try to make a playlist to put them in the right order so you can kind of follow my journey along the way. In the meantime, there's not going to be any spoilers. I'll give you a hint. There were 8 people on the Ark in a flood game. So if you haven't read the biblical story, there's your spoilers. I spoiled it. I ruined the ending for you. So, but everything here, guys, is totally amazing. Like you have to come see this. Take your next family vacation here. I took 2 days off work. I took a Friday and a Monday off, and I came down here. In retrospect, it should have been probably a Thursday and a Friday, because Sunday the Creation Museum is only open for 5 hours, so I could have driven up on Sunday. So one of those like you live and learn type things. Hey, while I'm live, because I don't have to worry about storage. I can walk around a little bit, give you guys a little more of what's here. It's an ancient man, brilliant or brute. Ooh, I love that. Got a picture here of Isaac Newton, who was very much a devout Christian. Lots of stuff here with, one world, two views. So you have here, we're on one side, you see evolution, which depicts people as being these stupid ape men, and on the other side you have the Bible, which depicts man as having ingenuity. And as I talked about in my video about Neanderthals from when I was taking evolutionary biology, the more we learn about Neanderthals, the more we know that they were quite sophisticated. They created synthetic chemicals, for crying out loud. So I can't do that. So they're definitely not they're not the dumb brutes they've traditionally been depicted as being. And the more we learn about the actual evidence versus the fairy tales we're told in things like Walking with Cavemen, the more we're learning that things really do confirm what the Bible says. Pre-flood, how can Noah build something so large, sophisticated? Many people believe that ancient man was not intelligent enough to design and build something as large and complex as the Ark, but they failed to consider some important details. When Noah built the Ark more than 1,600 years from creation, his culture had made significant technological advances. The Bible does not tell us how advanced a civilization was, but we know they were fully capable of metalworking. There's no reason to think they were not also highly proficient in using stone and wood for construction purposes. So, I mean, you see things in the ancient world. We know that the Chinese, for example, built wooden ships of a similar size to Noah's Ark and used them. Um, we know that about a couple other cultures. I talk about that in my videos. So, yes. And by the way, just to let you guys know, for these videos, I'm just kind of going through it, just giving a very 30,000 foot view. I'm not going to cater to YouTube trolls today. Sorry, guys. These videos just weren't. If you want to watch these videos and have an open mind, I think okay. But if you just want to be closed-minded and split hairs when somebody stutters on something, well, I mean, sorry, I'm just not gonna cater to that anymore. So, oh yes. So here, formula for population growth. It's interesting here. Technological resets. So yeah, this is really quite interesting. Yeah, like I said, guys, sorry, I'm filming it in thin screen right now, skinny screen. Um, it's just kind of the way it has to be right now. But keep donating to my Patreon, and you can get better quality videos as we go. Oh, this Great Pyramid kind of makes me think like, um, had the Great Pyramid been washed away, had it eroded and not survived today, how many people would call that a myth? Because I mean, some people would say, hey, how did they have the technology to move these huge giant bricks? Time and navigation. So, guys, I hate just going through here so quickly because I think this place closes at 6 and it's like already like 3 or 4 right now. Um, That's interesting. Only the Bible tells of an ark with the size and proportions. So you see other. No, thing went away. You see other ancient cultures, and they'll talk about the ark being like cube shaped or some other silly thing. Um, Lots of pictures over here, but Noah's Ark, as described in the Bible, does fit with what we know from modern day engineering of boats. I'm trying to think of the technical terms. Sorry, guys, can't right off the top of my head. Oh. The Epic of Gilgamesh. I want to go on that one, Mommy. This is great. So I think that is kind of an interesting answer for people who say, well, you have all these flood myths from all around the world. Why do you think the biblical one is the correct one if you can show a global flood? And I think that's one example is you have it where the ark is correct for what an ark should look like. Also, some of these flood myths from around the world will talk about the earth being on the head of a giant snake, and the snake shook its head, and that's where the flood came from. But you don't see that kind of objective error in the Bible. Like there's areas in the Bible where people try to impose scientific inaccuracy, but you don't see that there objectively. You don't see somebody going up to the sky and cutting out a piece of the sun or something silly along those lines. That's not the sort of thing you see in the Bible. You see miracles, but miracles are not unscientific. And of course, I've probably talked about that in videos before, more than what I can get into detail with now. Talk about the permission to eat meat there. I think that's kind of interesting because in the movie Noah from a couple years ago, the really stupid one, um, they made it sound like God sent the flood and killed all the animals because people were eating meat. And it's like totally different from what's this? Totally different from what the Bible says. Yeah. Oh, it's the visitors to their things. It looks like it's a little emptier in here now, so. So this is great. I'm not sure I'm gonna get a chance to go through this a second time, and that makes me so sad because it's so great here. The Museum of the Bible. I guess I'm gonna go through it. Lots of people in Middle Eastern clothing. This is really something, guys.
She's not over here taking pictures of it, but you're watching the whole thing.
Sorry.
I'm allowed to take pictures in here.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Whoops.
Right out there.
Thank